Rock climbing used to be seen as a sport for those living on the edge.
Climbing originated basically with mountaineers wanting to train during the summer so they're fit enough for the alpine period during the winter. So they would build indoor walls such as the one we have to allow that. So climbing, as in rock climbing, evolved as a sport from that point on and merged off into different sports that we know today, such as the bouldering, top rope climbing, indoor climbing, lead climbing. They're all different various parts of the same sport.
These days, climbing is a lot more common, and all it takes is a bit of spare time.
It's as simple as it gets. Show up on the night, we can team you up with someone if you're by yourself, or you can bring a friend. We teach you everything you need to know, and you pretty much go from there. What we normally do is we get them to experience it first, so we'll send them upstairs to do some bouldering. From that point on, we'll shoot up there, we'll help them out, we'll show them a few tricks of the trade, bring them downstairs, set a harness on them, and then basically get them to go up.
Many of us would be concerned about the risks involved in scaling a 10-foot wall, but in reality, there's nothing to be afraid of.
It's as safe as chips, to tell you the truth. Each piece of gear is rated for tonnes. It's a perception of risk versus actual risk. Sure, people take falls, but it's all calculated, the gear's in place, it's all safe.
Like most sports, it does take a bit of getting used to, but for most people, it doesn't take long to learn.
A lot of people struggle in their first few times, and it's basically just trusting the equipment and trusting themselves. What you can do on the ground is not necessarily the same as you can do 8 metres in the air. So that's the biggest thing. People think that they can't do it when really they can, and it just takes a bit of encouragement and a bit of self-confidence before they get to it. It's like every sport, you're not good when you first start. You don't need any sort of skill to start with. Once you get into it, you're learning how to tie knots. That's pretty much it. Belaying, so protecting someone if they do take a fall, and feeding the rope out. And then once you get more advanced and you really want to get into some big things, it's setting up an anchor system, which is a whole heap of really easy tasks put into one big system.
There are many forms of climbing which come under the umbrella of rock climbing, and that means there's something to suit almost everyone.
Top rope climbing, you have an anchor like we have set up now, that's already set up at the top. Lead climbing is taking the rope up with you and placing in safeties on your way. Ice climbing, obviously on ice. Mixed climbing is a mix of ice and rock, and then indoors and outdoors. Bouldering is a sport where basically you climb around the wall versus up the wall. It's fantastic to learn a technique close to the ground versus 10 metres in the air, and it's basically evolved as its own sport.
And the rewards that come from taking the plunge make it all worthwhile.
The physical challenge, it's incredible cardio, and just being out with people you get along with, doing the same things that you enjoy, and being in the outdoors, it's fantastic. You meet a lot of people, a lot of great people. You can go away to a new climbing area in a totally different country and people will talk to you as if they've known you for years.